In case you haven't noticed it already, we are living in an era where people feel the need to post literally every aspect of their lives online. And I'm not talking about when it's somebody's wedding or they're holding their baby for the first time. No, I'm talking about people who film themselves during panic attacks or nurses setting up a camera to record themselves after a patient dies. I mean, it's one thing to post about your mental health journey on social media. That can actually help people. But there's certain dark, intimate moments where you really need to keep it between you and, for example, your family who you can talk to, or even better sometimes, a mental health professional. And that's not to say I don't have empathy or sympathy for people's struggles. It's just that there's certain things that are really better kept private. But in a time where everything's about likes, views, shares, because for some it gives them a dopamine hit that's equivalent of snorting meth. And that may be a hyperbolic statement, but you obviously know what I'm trying to say. And I'm not saying that everybody who does that is doing it for clicks, for views, for likes. But come on, I mean, there has to be some of that in their motivation. And recently, one TikTok has been making rounds on the internet that sort of illustrates that point. It was posted by user More Than Elizabeth, and it was her crying on camera. And initially, sympathy poured in, with people validating her experience, people calling her brave, people wanting to comfort her. And then at the same time, there were people posting parody videos.
Mum, you making that cake? You making dinner as well? Mum, why don't you just buy a cake? Mum, why didn't you get the Woolies mud cake? Yeah, it's better than yours. Hurry up, Mum. What are you crying for? You don't start crying when you turn the camera on. Make sure you don't forget the icing this time. If there's no icing, I'm not singing you happy birthday.
Which on its face may seem insensitive because, like, come on, I know she really shouldn't be posting these kind of videos, but damn. Until her ex-husband seemingly exposed her for being a fraud.
So I've been sent this video a lot over the last few days. People asking my thoughts and my comments on it. And before anyone says, oh, you don't know her situation or, you don't know what she's going through, well, I do, because I lived it. I'm her ex-husband, and right now I have full custody of our kids. This is our parent agreement. As you can see, I have all weekdays and weekends, time sharing with the kids, all at holiday academic breaks. And for her to get any rights back to the kids, these are the things that she needs to do. And yes, child support, she owes that. It's up to over $21,000. So she's a mother and doesn't pay child support. She was then arrested for check fraud, and during that hearing, it turned out that it was found that she stole almost $1 million from another guy. And also she faked cancer in the past. These are scans that she would send and post on her page before. So, to sum it up, this person, for people that follow her or giving her praise and telling her how strong and how, amazing she's doing, well, she's really not a full-time mom. She barely has her kids. She goes out all the time. And she doesn't even have a job even. So she just really not someone that other single moms should really be looking towards as for inspiration or anything like that.
Now his page was called Reinventing Elizabeth, which reads Tampa, eye doctor, and dedicated to warning people about her, which at this point most videos except 3 have been deleted, and she even posted her clapback.
I want to first start this video by saying this is not to bring a single bit of hate to Andrew, and I will never do that. I haven't done that on my page before, and I won't do it now. no matter who he is, which has always been the case because I will never bring the parent of my children down, because that's not okay for them. Putting the things on the internet for my kids to one day see because of who he is, I will never do it for them because it's not the right thing to do. And Andrew has created websites, TikToks, essentially everything since I left him. I think that is probably the Scientologist aspect of his life, but getting out of a Scientologist mindset in a relationship is not a good thing and not an easy thing. Andrew is extremely, extremely abusive and has always been extremely abusive. Laying low or staying under is essentially what I have felt a lot of years was the right thing for me to do. He told me the morning that he posted the video, if I deleted my social media, he would not do what he's doing. Would not destroy my life. He says that he will not take them down unless I'm off social media. So yesterday, I deleted social media to try to limit access to problems. I have been so mentally not okay since that happened. But in the state of Florida, whoever makes the most, well, first I'll start by the custody, okay, because that's what we're all talking about. I see my children. I see all my children. I don't not see my children. I'm the one who hosts their birthday parties. I'm the one who puts them to bed. I'm the one who does everything until he pulls them away. And the reason by that is the agreement that you guys have seen online is when I first left him out of abuse, I had no resources, no money, nothing. He was a doctor. And he said, if you sign these papers, nothing will change on when you see them. And I will not ruin your life. I will leave you alone. And so I did. In a mentally bad state of abuse and wanting it to stop. He was never hurting them. I stand by that. Mentally, he's not doing great things to them in terms of the stuff he says, but he will never hurt them. He's never hurt them. He will never hurt them. So I never, and I was still seeing them always, even now.
Which, by the way, she did show TikToks of her spending time with her children.
This whole thing started on Friday, which was the weekend of my birthday. I went to my daughter's, the ones pictured in the videos, their dance recital. And on Friday, the dance recital, afterwards, four of my girlfriends asked for me to go to dinner for my birthday. It was a late dinner, 9:00, and I said to him after the dance recital, I'm going to go to the dinner, but I'm still free for the rest of the weekend for the girls, no problem. He said, no, you made the decision to go to dinner, you will not see them on your birthday, you will not see them any other, which actually in turn came to why I was so upset on my actual, but I did, I also want to point out, you may think I'm whatever you're saying about me on the internet, but there are other women that have filed restraining orders against him. And if anyone took the time to go look him up as well, that's what you would see.
Which the only thing I could see was a case against him for domestic violence in 2022, which got disposed.
Instead, you see everything you've looked me up, which is essentially coming from one man who is out to destroy my life. That is in the nature of being a Scientologist. That is what they do. And if you know anything about them, you would know that. I'm not a perfect person, not even a little. I would never say that. I'm not a perfect mom. I hope no one would say they're a perfect mom. When I got divorced, definitely when I left my husband, I was out drinking or I was going through it. I mean, I felt like I was literally trapped in an abusive marriage for 6 years. And he got scared that I was getting followers from my video and thought, this is the time I'm going to bring her down before she can ever come out about me. He told me delete my page yesterday and he would stop. He never stopped. My family, my friends, anyone in my life has said, Elizabeth, you have to come forward with what is happening because he can't keep doing this to you. And I have always said, I don't care what he does to me. What I care about is my children. Since I have been 16 years old and I became a mother, I have devoted my life and my time to being a mom.
Now, it is something to note that he is 37 and she is 29. So if she became a single mother at age 16, that means he was 24 at the time. Which is a whole nother conversation in and of itself that neither of them have addressed at this point. In the context of this, though, it does lend credibility to the idea that he was in the position of power and she was at his mercy. But proceed.
Does that mean that I haven't went out with my friends or done stupid things? Yes. But there has never been a time my children have been unsafe in my care. I've never hurt my children. I have never put my children in any situation of danger. Unless you've been in the situation of someone with abuse. Mental, physical, it does not matter. You don't even understand what comes along with that. And sometimes being quiet is the best thing to do. But what is going on is not right. Me getting death threats when I stay home with my kids every day is not right. Because a man that I left will always try to destroy my life. Forever. I have a cease and desist. I'll post that.
And she did have a cease and desist, outlining warnings to stop posting defamatory material and her making claims of domestic violence. And on one hand, that created sympathy for her, as Robbie here's post on X says he's dedicated his entire life to ruining her life, even as going far as creating websites slandering her with her arrest records. And people on TikTok started going to bat for her.
So if you're not aware, just quick little lowdown, there was a woman who went viral. Her name was Elizabeth, and she was like baking for herself, made a video, and she was crying because she's a single mom and she had to make like that cake for herself. Got millions and millions of views, and then her ex, Andrew Bandrew, came up to bat and was like, oh my God, she's lying. I have full custody of the kids. She's a psychopath. Like, I mean, making like all of these outrageous claims, saying how like terrible she is as a woman, as a mom. Was like, she's fooling all of you guys. His account is literally called Inventing Elizabeth, which kind of should start telling you something. And when I tell you this woman is a victim of narcissistic abuse, holy crap. And then people are like, oh my God, well, if the court says one thing, it must be true. First of all, we don't even know what these documents are true or not. And he has a of money, okay? And she was like a stay-at-home mom. So textbook abuse of like, okay, well, I'm going to win in court because I'm sorry, guys. If you have money, you're going to win in court. That's how it works, okay? Like, this man has dedicated websites to the mother of his children, which she does have, and makes like happy, cute videos. But his whole time is spent trying to destroy her and take her down. And that, my friends, is abuse.
At which point he then posted another clapback.
Hello everyone, I just want to come on here real quick and clear up a few things that has been obviously a very recurring theme on the page. Number one, I'm not a Scientologist. Don't even know how that came about, other than the website, but I didn't create the website either. So both of those things, Scientology, never been one. The website, I did not create. So those two things, nothing to do with me. Last thing is the name, Inventing Elizabeth. It is about a show on Netflix, Inventing Anna. If you haven't seen that show, I highly recommend going to watch it before watching more of my videos or commenting on my stuff. That show is about a woman who was a con artist and a scammer. So my name is a reference to that show. Again, I'm out of town, so I'm not gonna post much more until I get back, and then I'll be showing a lot more evidence, things like that, because I'm not gonna post hearsay things or show you text messages. Yeah, I could show you a bunch of text messages over the years and things like that, But at this point, where this is at, with this level of the story, if you will, it just needs to be straight facts from here on out, and that's all you will be getting. So stay tuned. Peace.
All in all, it's a pretty messed up situation. It might be very true that she was a criminal, a liar, a con artist. And it also might be very true that he was never a Scientologist who abused her. There are a lot of unknowns in this situation. And yes, he did bring more receipts than she did. All she really had was a cease and desist letter. And as far as we know, he wasn't convicted in any court of law. And really, none of us would know about any of this had she not posted that TikTok in the first place. But for him to create entire pages dedicated to her is toxic in its own right. And both of them seem to care more about their likes and their clicks and their views on social media than actually being parents. And if she's 29 in this current day and was 16 when she gave birth to their first child, that means their child is likely at the age where they've seen the back and forth that's happened between mom and dad. So if their ultimate goal was to protect their child from the drama that's happened, then they've likely failed miserably. You stink! And so in conclusion, both of them need to step back and stop what they're doing and focus on being parents. And let this be a lesson to anybody else out there. Stop airing your personal business on social media. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, hopefully I've earned a subscription. Here's some videos for you to watch in the meantime. Until next time, peace out.